Hi, we're back again, and I'm going to do a quick review of the Haindl tarot. I saw the images online of this deck, and I had to have it. I thought it was the coolest imagery out there with this deck. It comes I trimmed my deck, by the way, before I show you my deck, and it came in a roughly this. Let me show you this size. This was the card size that it came in. Yeah, there we are. So you can see the size of the deck would be before trimming would be a little bit bigger than the poker playing cards. So it was a little bit bigger. I do have a few complaints about this deck now that we get to explain about the trimming. Let me show you the back of this box. When I got the deck and I opened it, I was so excited about the deck and getting to work with it because I thought the imagery was so in-depth and very cool. And I opened the box and the cards had this ugly gray border all the way around this deck, and I just I can't read with this deck being so ugly. This border was nasty. The keywords made no sense on the bottom of the deck, so I trimmed my cards down. Now I said that, I will talk to you more about trimming the keywords down later and when I show you my deck. This is the Fool. I love this. It's really cool. The images actually are a little bit more washed out, though. The problem I have with these images, it kind of had can't really tell. Stupid computer's glaring on my. But the Fool, some of that imagery is washed out and is kind of almost, if you look closely at some of the other ones, not this one actually is printed very nicely, but some of the other ones, the printing actually almost looked like it was double printed on, like kind of like a smudge printing in the copy room. So that does not make me happy with some of the other ones. Like the Emperor in this deck actually had it really, really bad. The one thing I thought it was okay, when I was learning the Thoth deck, this card actually has a lot of Thoth influences on it, more than Rider-Waite, in my opinion. It does have the symbols of the planets and the zodiac. That's the word I was looking for. Planets in the zodiac on this card. And then it has the Kabbalah symbol or the Hebrew letter on it, and the ruin meaning on these cards. I do have a complaint about both of the ruin and the Kabbalah reading on these cards here in a second too, after I show you. The minors are all pipe cards, so they're not illustrated at all, and which made me very, very disappointed. But I don't know Chinese or Japanese, but they also come with these symbols, and they are, I've studied massage and things like that, so I know some of the symbology of Chinese and Japanese, but they're more energy symbols of the culture, and I'm not very familiar with them, so on my images, I've changed it, like change right there. And that gets into what I'm going to talk to next about this card deck. When I was first learning about the Thoth cards, and I was watching Paul Hodges Barlow, I think that's his full name, And so I was watching his stuff on YouTube and saw his Thoth deck, and I thought, well, I kind of have like a Thoth deck in my collection, and I pulled out this deck out and thought it was very compatible, might have been very compatible with what the Thoth deck is, and it actually is very good and compatible with the Thoth system. So what I did was I forgot. I've already trimmed the deck before I got interested in the Thoth, so I forgot what the key words were in the card, so I got my little label printer and gave it Thoth keywords, which actually is awesome. I could do the Thoth readings with the open up the key spreads with these cards and get some it's energetically very, very compatible with the Thoth system. I love it, and it talks to me better than the Thoth deck when I do the open up the key spread. So this card is very intuitive. These cards are very, very intuitive when you come into the Thoth system and is interested in the opening the key spreads and things of that nature. But the cards are very, very standard. And I got Ruin, Futility, Success. They're very, very standard symbols if you're noticing. And this is Peace, which is the Two of Swords. This is one thing that I wanted to show you about this deck that is different from the rest of the tarot. This deck is actually very, very different from the normal Rider-Waite. I would compare this more to the Thoth than the actual Rider-Waite. So if I had to say that I just put it out there now. As far as the Kings, Queens ones, they had North, South, East, and West as far as the like, for an example, before I trimmed it, this was King of the West, and it was the West, and it was the Old Man, which is like the King of the West, and then Chief Seattle was the Prince of the West, I believe. It was Prince, Princesses, King, and Queen, I believe. As far as the the court cards are hold on one second. And we're back. My fiance just fixed me lunch real quick, and it's gone on already. But what was I on? I was on the court cards. The court cards are very cool. The pentacles, earth, stones, whatever it was in this deck is Native American themed. So you have Chief Seattle, Old Man. What was the other one? Let me breeze through this deck real quick. I'm gonna try showing some of the major cards in this deck. That's one. This one. This one. Okay. Alright. Probably should have done this earlier, but I wasn't thinking that I was going to be breezing through the whole entire deck. Oh! That's a good example. Some of that is the main cards. Temperate. Okay, this is what I want to show you. White Buffalo Woman is in this deck. Yes! She's really cool. She is very intuitive in this deck. I love how intuitive she is. She is she's very childlike. If you've read the Native American legend of White Buffalo Woman, she's more of a woman than she is a child, but in this one I like how they've depicted her as a very childlike innocence as well as knowing what she wants. I was just trying to pick out some of the popular cards real quick. There's so many cards in here that have some really cool imagery, but first, I feel like I'm missing half the deck, but that's probably because I'm not really paying attention either. This is what I was using as an example. As the washed out printing. Let me see if I could get him a little closer. I don't know if you could tell, but he's printing in this one is a little bit more washed out. And that was another big complaint about this deck was that the artwork in it is so gorgeous and so beautiful. The other suit, the East, is India themed. So you got the Indian goddess Radha. She's the princess. Oh, I love her. I believe it's North, but it's Egyptian, and it's Newt and Osiris is the Egyptian god. And of course, there's 4 of them. So there's 2 sets of male deities and 2 sets of female deities in this deck. Odin is the male one for water. It would be the same one as water. I forgot which direction he is in this deck, but Odin is the element of water, which is very interesting. And then you got Percival as part of the water, and Bridget of Ireland is part of water too. And alright, enough of showing some of those images. And then there's Kali as one of the images of the Queen of Wands, actually. That is really cool. I forgot where she is. She's a mischief maker. She's my diva mischief creator in my life. And so, of course, she's not going to make an appearance. This is the death card in this, which I love the depiction of death in it. This one is Temperance, very Thoth influence, very, very Thoth. It kind of has that, both of them together. Tower is very modern, I like that. The Lovers is an interesting card in this. Okay, let me do a quick review while I'm showing you these cards of the ruins and the Kabbalic symbols. That's the devil, by the way. Kabbalic symbols in this deck. It's not accurate at all. I hate it. I was going to say, I hate it. Really sternly, but I kind of said I have to pull myself away for a second and just say, I just don't like it. But yeah, it does not follow the Thoth system whatsoever. They basically, I don't know who was making the symbols on this, but the Kabbalic system does not follow the Thoth. It's its own system, and it does not make sense for the card. So does the ruins. The ruins do not make sense for the card. Hold on one second. I'm back again. I'm sorry. My fiance just came through and got me more yummies. Look at how good that tastes. They look so good. He takes care of me too much. But the symbols for the ruins and the cards do not match up. Like, for an example, this is the moon in this card. Kabbalah symbol is not with the Thoth deck, which is what the right symbolism should be. And this is, forgot what the rune's name, but it represents, I'm drawing a blank here. I have that word right there in my head. Inheritance, property, legacy. That's the word. It represents legacy, property, inheritance, TP, home. And it does not go with the moon whatsoever. So, this is a no-no. So, I wish they rethought the ruins a little bit deeper instead of just slapping a ruin on there and saying, oh, it's alphabetical, or I'll just slap a ruin on there, and they're not going to really use the ruins on this card anyways. They're going to use it separately. It does not make sense for the card. I think they should have thought out, this is my favorite card, this is the Chariot. But, I think they should have rethought the ruins and the Kabbalic symbols just a little bit deeper before they just slapped the symbols on there. As well as the ugly, ugly gray border. So if you get US Gaming Systems, or whoever's the creator of this deck, who's watching this video right now, please get rid of the gray border. Even a black border will look nicer on this deck than the ugly gray border you put on there. And US Gaming Systems, this is not your fault, but this is the card creator. If you're watching this video right now, rethink the Kabbalah symbols and the ruin symbols next time when you do the deck. Because it does not match the deck. It does not match the cards that you've beautifully designed, but you kind of fucked up on some of the other things. So, it's a love-hate relationship. It's not that I hate the cards. I hate some of the thought process that somebody put behind it. I'm sorry I used the F word. I didn't mean to use it. But, I'll try to edit that out. Kind of beep it out, you know. And that's a magician. Actually, that's one of my favorite magicians. Actually, that ruin kind of makes sense for this card anyways. That one is upside down. Like this ruin is the sun, and it's on the strength card. Alright, but enough me complaining about them messing up the cards. This card deck is very good if you really wanted to explore the cards with the opening of the key spread, and you could find that in Paul Hodges Barlow's YouTube channel, and he will do many demonstrations of the opening key spread. You basically spread out the cards and count the systems as well as the moons and the lunars, and you will also find his books, Tarot the Mangus and Beyond the Celtic Cross is one of his other ones. I do not have Beyond the Celtic Cross yet, so I can't do a book review on that. But I'm trying to read Tarot the Mangus, and I will give you a book review of that as soon as I got that done on my plate. We're in the middle of a big move, so this studio that you see behind me is going to completely change in the next month or two. So I'm just letting you know that there might be some delays in some videos, but I'm hoping to get a video out at least once a week, if not every few days, 2 videos a day like I did today. It was like a 2 video a day thing. So the back of these cards, I haven't talked about that. I love the eye. It's really cool. It's like the L-C and I kind of look, and it's on the whole back. But yeah, I'll stop complaining about these cards. It's beautiful cards if you're doing the open and the key spread. It's very good for the if you're using the Thoth system with these cards. So if you're into something a little different than Rider-Waite, into more Thoth theology and into something with the cards, with the opening the key, and you're very interested in exploring that aspect. This card deck is a good addition for that. I don't even use the Thoth cards for the opening the key spread. I use these cards because I'm just so in tune with all the gods and goddesses as the court cards, as well as the pipe cards are very nice too. They really do represent the Rider-Waite as well as the and very energetically harmonious. That's what I'll have to say about the Haindl Tarot. And rating 1 through 5, I would give it a 3. There you go.